What if the reason you still don't have what you want is not because life is unfair, but because your mindset is untrained? What if the real battle is not outside, but inside your own head? And what if the moment you master your mindset, everything you deserve starts moving toward you? Stay with me. This might change the way you see yourself forever. Welcome back to the Growth Dose. Today, we are not chasing motivation. Motivation fades. We are building mastery. And mastery begins in the mind. Every successful person you admire once stood where you were standing, confused, doubtful, uncertain. The difference, they trained their mindset, while others trained their excuses. You don't get what you wish for. You don't get what you hope for. You get what your mindset is prepared to handle. So if you want more from life, you must first demand more from yourself. Let's go deeper. The invisible ceiling above you. There is an invisible ceiling in your life. It is not built from money problems. It is not created by a lack of opportunity. It is built from beliefs you quietly accept as truth. The stories you repeat to yourself every day become the walls that define your limits. When you believe success is extremely hard, your mind looks for proof that it is impossible. When you believe wealth is only for the lucky, you unconsciously avoid bold action. When you label yourself as average, you begin to act in average ways. Your behavior always follows your belief. Most people never question this ceiling. They adjust their dreams to fit under it. They shrink their ambition so they do not hit it. They say things like, "This is just how life is," or "People like me don't reach that level." But that sentence alone reveals the prison. It is not reality holding them back. It is identity. And identity, when examined, can be changed. The powerful truth is this: beliefs are not facts. They are conclusions formed from past experiences, failures, fears, and opinions of others. Just because something did not work before does not mean it defines your future. Just because someone doubted you does not mean you are limited. The ceiling feels real because you have lived under it for years, but it is still invisible. And what is invisible can be challenged. The moment you question a limiting belief, a crack appears. The moment you take action that contradicts your old story, the crack grows wider. When you prove to yourself that you can improve, learn, earn more, speak better, or think stronger, the ceiling weakens. Growth is not about fighting the world. It is about confronting the assumptions inside your own mind. Your life expands the moment your self-image expands. When you start seeing yourself as capable, disciplined, and worthy of bigger goals, your decisions shift. You take calculated risks, you persist longer, you recover faster from failure, and slowly, what once felt impossible begins to feel normal. The invisible ceiling was never above you, it was within you. And the day you decide to outgrow your old beliefs is the day your world becomes bigger. Comfort is the silent killer of greatness. Comfort feels safe. It feels warm, predictable, easy. You wake up at the same time, you follow the same routine, you make the same excuses, you stay within the same limits, and slowly, without realizing it, your world becomes smaller. Comfort does not attack your dreams aggressively. It whispers to you. It tells you, this is enough. It convinces you that average is acceptable, and that is how potential quietly fades. The dangerous thing about comfort is that it feels good. There is no immediate pain, no obvious loss, just small compromises repeated daily. You choose sleep over discipline, entertainment over improvement, familiarity over challenge. One decision seems harmless, but repeated over months and years, it builds a life far below your capability. Growth, on the other hand, feels uncomfortable. Waking up early when your mind wants more rest feels uncomfortable. Pushing your body harder than yesterday feels uncomfortable. Learning a new skill and feeling like a beginner again feels uncomfortable. Saying no to distractions when everyone else is relaxing feels uncomfortable.
Improvement always demands friction, and most people avoid friction. But here's the truth. Discomfort is a sign of expansion. When you feel resistance, it often means you are stretching beyond your old limits. Muscles grow through stress, skills grow through repetition, confidence grows through exposure. Every time you choose the harder path, you send a message to yourself that you are capable of more. If you want the life you truly deserve, you must train your mind to stop chasing comfort. You must learn to sit with difficulty without escaping it. You must become comfortable being uncomfortable, because the comfort zone is where dreams shrink. The growth zone is where they are built. Greatness does not live in ease. It lives in discipline, in consistency, in delayed gratification. It lives just outside the line where most people stop. The question is simple. Will you stay where it feels safe, or will you step into the discomfort that transforms you? Stop waiting for validation. Many people never reach their full potential because they are waiting for someone to notice them, waiting for someone to approve of their ideas, waiting for a parent, a friend, a mentor, or a boss to finally say, "I believe in you." But what if that moment never comes? What if no one ever gives you the reassurance you are hoping for? Will you shrink your dreams just because the applause is silent? When you depend on validation, you hand over control of your confidence to other people. Your motivation rises when they praise you and collapses when they doubt you. That's a fragile way to live. Because people are inconsistent, their opinions change, their support depends on their own fears, biases, and limitations. Mastering your mindset means shifting that power back to yourself. It means deciding that your belief in your vision is enough to begin. You do not need permission to improve your life. You do not need consensus to chase your goals. You do not need universal approval to take bold action. Progress starts the moment you stop asking, "Do they think I can?" and start declaring, "I know I can learn." Confidence is not built by approval. It is built by action. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, confidence grows. Every time you practice when no one is watching, confidence grows. Every time you show up despite doubt, confidence grows. Action creates evidence. Evidence builds belief, and belief strengthens identity. The truth is, most successful people started when no one was clapping for them. No audience, no recognition, no guarantees, just a decision to move forward anyway. Validation often comes after results, and results come after consistent effort. So stop waiting, stop shrinking, stop postponing your potential until someone else recognizes it. Believe in yourself before the applause, because the person who must be convinced first is not the world, it's you. Your struggles are training you. Right now, something in your life feels heavy. Maybe it's financial pressure that keeps you awake at night. Maybe it's emotional pain that no one else fully understands. Maybe it's mental exhaustion from carrying responsibilities silently. Whatever it is, it feels unfair. It feels difficult. It feels like something you just want to escape. But what if this struggle is not punishment? What if it is preparation? Most people see hardship as a sign that something is wrong with their life. They ask, "Why is this happening to me?" But growth often arrives disguised as difficulty. Pressure forces you to think differently. Pain forces you to become stronger. Obstacles force you to adapt. Without resistance, there is no development. Without challenge, there is no expansion. Every challenge builds resilience. When you survive something hard, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than you thought. Every setback builds wisdom. Mistakes teach lessons that comfort never could. Every failure builds strength. It teaches you patience, strategy, and humility. These qualities are not developed in easy seasons. They are forged in hard ones. The pain you survive today becomes the power you use tomorrow. The rejection that hurt you teaches you independence. The loss that broke you teaches you gratitude. The delay that frustrated you teaches you discipline. Nothing is truly wasted if you choose to learn from it. Experience becomes an asset when you extract meaning from it. Struggles shape identity. They reveal your character. They show you where you are weak and where you are powerful. And most importantly, they prepare you for responsibilities you are not yet aware of. The version of you who achieves more must first become stronger. Hard seasons create that strength. Discipline over emotion. Feelings change every day. Some mornings you wake up motivated and ready to conquer the world. Other days you feel tired, distracted, or uncertain. One week you feel unstoppable. The next week you feel lost. If your actions depend on how you feel, your progress will always be unstable. Emotion is temporary. It rises and falls like waves. If you build your goals on something that constantly shifts, your results will constantly shift. Discipline is different. Discipline does not ask how you feel. Discipline asks what must be done. It creates structure when
The power of self-respect. Self-respect is quiet. It does not need attention. It does not announce itself, but it changes everything. It shows in the way you speak to yourself when you make a mistake. It shows in the thoughts you allow to stay in your mind. It shows in the boundaries you set without guilt and the habits you build without excuses. When you truly respect yourself, you stop tolerating what drains you. You no longer entertain constant negativity. You no longer accept repeated disrespect disguised as jokes. You no longer sacrifice your peace just to keep others comfortable. Self-respect creates an internal line that people cannot easily cross. It also changes your decisions. You stop chasing people who ignore you. You stop over-explaining your worth. You stop begging for attention, approval, or love. Instead, you invest your energy where it is valued. You understand that your time and focus are limited, and you protect them carefully. Self-respect also shapes your discipline. You choose better habits not because someone is watching, but because you believe you deserve better outcomes. You train your body because you respect your health. You sharpen your skills because you respect your potential. You walk away from environments that shrink you because you respect your growth. The powerful thing about self-respect is that when it rises, your standards rise automatically. You do not force higher standards, they become natural. You simply lose interest in what is beneath your values. And the moment your standards rise, your circle, your opportunities, and your results begin to rise as well. Self-respect is not arrogance, it is clarity. It is knowing your worth without needing to shout it. And once you build it, you will realize that the way you treat yourself teaches the world how to treat you. Focus on what you control. You cannot control the economy. You cannot control other people's opinions. You cannot control unexpected events. Life will always contain uncertainty. Markets shift, people misunderstand you, plans fall apart, delays happen, criticism appears. If your peace depends on controlling everything around you, you will constantly feel frustrated and powerless. But there is a different way to live. You can control your effort. You can control your attitude. You can control your preparation. You can control your response. That is where your real power lives. Most stress comes from trying to manage what was never yours to manage. You replay conversations in your mind. You worry about outcomes that have not happened. You try to predict every possible problem. But none of that increases your strength. It only drains your energy. When you shift your focus inward, everything changes. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening?" you ask, "How will I respond?" Instead of blaming circumstances, you improve your preparation. Instead of fearing opinions, you refine your character. You stop reacting emotionally and start acting intentionally. Effort compounds. Attitude shapes perception. Preparation builds confidence. Response defines character. These are fully within your reach every single day, and when you master these, external chaos loses its grip on you. You may not control the world, but you always control how you show up in it, and the person who controls their mindset controls their direction. Replace fear with action. Fear grows in stillness. When you overthink,
When you delay, when you imagine every possible negative outcome, the longer you wait, the larger fear becomes in your mind. It feeds on hesitation, it expands in silence, and soon something small feels impossible. Most fear is not about the action itself, it is about the unknown. Your mind tries to protect you by predicting danger. It creates worst-case scenarios, it exaggerates risk, and if you stay still, those thoughts feel real. But thinking alone never reduces fear, it usually strengthens it. Action is what breaks the cycle. The moment you take one small step, fear begins to shrink. Send the message, make the call, start the project, have the difficult conversation, begin the workout. The first step is rarely as terrifying as the imagination suggested, and once you move, momentum starts working in your favor. You do not need to see the entire path. You do not need every answer. You do not need guaranteed success. Clarity often comes after movement, not before it. Each step reveals the next one. Each attempt builds confidence. Each experience replaces imagined fear with real understanding. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is choosing progress despite it. It is acting while your voice shakes. It is trying while doubt whispers. The brave are not fearless, they are decisive. Fear will always appear before growth, but if you train yourself to respond with action instead of avoidance, fear loses authority over your life. And step by step, you build a version of yourself that moves forward anyway. Identity creates results. Who you believe you are shapes what you do. If you see yourself as someone who quits under pressure, you will quit. If you see yourself as someone who finishes what they start, you will finish. Your identity, how you define yourself in your mind, drives every choice, every habit, every result. Most people focus on goals without focusing on identity. They say, I want to be successful, or I want to be confident, but their actions often contradict that statement. Wanting is not enough. Lasting change happens when you become the kind of person who achieves it. Shift your words, shift your story. Instead of saying, I want discipline, say, I am becoming disciplined. Instead of saying, I want confidence, say, I am building confidence. Each statement is a declaration of identity, not a wish. Your actions will naturally follow the person you believe you are. The habits you adopt, the decisions you make, and the challenges you face will align with that identity. Stop chasing results. Start becoming the person who naturally produces those results. Change who you see yourself as, and your life will change automatically. Identity is the blueprint. Results are the architecture built from it. Decide that you deserve more. At some point, growth stops being a wish and becomes a decision, a firm, unwavering decision, a decision that refuses to settle for comfort, excuses, or small thinking. You must look at your life honestly and say, this is not my final form. I am meant for more. Decide that you deserve financial freedom. Decide that you deserve inner peace. Decide that you deserve respect. Decide that you deserve the opportunities others only dream about. These are not just ideas, they are commitments you make to yourself. The power of a decision lies in its ability to guide action. Once you truly decide, your choices change. You stop tolerating what holds you back. You start seeking what moves you forward. You stop waiting for permission and begin creating momentum. Deserving more is not about entitlement. It is about recognizing your potential and refusing to live beneath it. Growth requires courage, effort, and patience, but it begins the moment you make the conscious choice to claim it. Decide today. Decide that you will no longer accept less than your potential. The moment you do, everything you do starts aligning with that decision, and your life begins to expand toward what you truly deserve. Pause for a moment. Now stop and ask yourself, are you training your mindset every single day, or are you letting your mindset run your life? Are you building the discipline that your future demands, or are you feeding the habits that keep you small and stuck? Here's something to remember. The life you deserve is on the other side of the mindset you refuse to change. Every day you choose growth, your mind becomes stronger. Every day you choose comfort, your mind becomes weaker. The choice is yours, and it defines your tomorrow. If you found this insight valuable, please like this video, follow, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps this channel grow and brings you even more powerful growth wisdom.